Hello, everyone. You're watching Cricket Calling. I'm your host, Indranil Basu. Today, it's day 6, and it's getting better and better with every passing day. IPL is really, evening, we can't go anywhere. This kind of excitement every time new talent is thrown into our drawing room. I mean, that's how it happens because the entire, I think more than 99% audience probably is watching it on digital and on television. So it's so captivating. And today, of course, is another Mumbai Indian games. You know how much of excitement it created in the last game they played against Gujarat Titans. Wow. I mean, uh, the homegrown man was booed. It's never happened. I mean, uh, remembering what Kevin Peterson said, the English commentator, that he's never heard Indian cricketer being booed so badly. So today in Hyderabad, because it's not about one venue, so will Hardik be booed again? I think it's not proper way to treat a cricketer. Of course, they're playing against Sunrisers Hyderabad, who have like really showed a lot of character. Joining us today to talk about this particular game, what an exciting game it will be. Well, we have Ashwin Krishnan. He's a marketing expert. I'll start with Ashwin Bhai. Uh, I'm going by seniority. Please don't mind. Shakya won't mind that. But yeah, I mean, Rohit, Rohit Sharma, I mean, you've known them so at a very close, you've known them for so many years. Tell me something. I mean, being booed, is it the right way to treat a cricketer? I think you can't control that, can you? But uh, your thoughts, Ashwin bhai. I mean, I mean, how difficult will it be for Hardik Pandya if he's booed today again?
I think Hardik is mature enough to he's been in the international scene for a long time. First of all, thank you for the opportunity to be here, Dada. It's a pleasure to be here. Yeah. So I think I don't think Hardik it'll affect him. He's a pedigree cricketer. He has done nothing wrong. I mean, somebody makes you captain, you've got to just follow through. So end of the day, and the only thing that will bother them is the way they lost. Coming back from almost impossible to lose situation and just throwing the game away, and a wet ball which the bowlers were struggling to handle, and the batting side loses. That will bother him more than any booing. I think he's had enough exposure at the international level to not let these things get to him, and it's not a good thing to do to a cricketer who's represented your country for so long.
Truly, truly, and it's very tough. Shakya, you remember that moment when Hardik, right after the game, went up to Rohit and hugged him from behind. And then Rohit, all of a sudden, got into a very agitated mode and started talking to him.
Yeah.
Oh, God. That was, I mean, probably he could have avoided that. He could have done it somewhere indoor because people are sort of looking out for these kind of reactions to latch onto it and create controversy. You don't need I mean, what was your thought? I mean, Rohit should have sort of kept it calm, or he's such a uh, mm, uh, no, I mean, honest cricketer, he can't sort of hide his emotion. He just calls spade a spade. What are your thoughts?
Actually, there's a the lack of clarity in the way things have happened is something which has been a bit disappointing. We don't we don't know. I think it's perfectly fine that Mumbai Indians have changed their captain. Rohit, whatever he's done for them over 10 years is very respectable. But last 3 seasons they haven't won the title. He hasn't really been delivering as a batter. And then they got this chance to trade in Hardik from a winning franchise, and Hardik asked for the captaincy, which he was entitled to ask for. Uh, I think the communication from the franchise could have been better, no doubt about it. But again, I don't know. I'm not looking too much into what happened on the field, if Rohit was agitated or not. I think Rohit was talking to a Gujarat Titans player when that happened, so there may be something to it. But uh, like And as for Hardik being booed, I mean, it happens. This kind of stuff happens in football all the time. And when people change their clubs, they go from when Luis Figo went from Barcelona to Real Madrid, when Sol Campbell went from Tottenham to Arsenal, the huge local rivalries. So it's these things happen across sports. So this Hardik Pandya situation is the first of its kind that's happened in cricket, in the IPL at least. But I mean, at least I know that in Australia, Michael Clarke has been booed on Australian grounds despite being such a pedigreed player. He had to prove that he was good enough, and he eventually ended up doing anything. I think Hardik Pandya, there's a certain ambitious personality to him, and Michael Clarke had that same kind of personality in Australia. He had he wanted to be, he was different from the others. So these things happen, but yeah, I'm not looking too much into it. I think Hardik Pandya, he's achieved something with Gujarat Titans to be here. So I hope they make good with it, and they perform on the pitch, because they don't want this controversy to carry. They don't want all this to carry on for too long.
I mean, certain things are beyond your control. But Ashwin bhai, I just want to know from you. So Rohit Sharma is not part of the team as a captain. He's of course a great player and he's doing to do very well. But he's Indian captain. When I kind of get a little confused when I see uh, you know Gaikwad, Rituraj Gaikwad is captaining a side. Sanju Samson is captaining a side. Someone who doesn't have a contract, Shreya Iyer is a captain. Uh, Rishabh is a captain. He's coming after a long time, and wish him a quick recovery and good form very soon. Uh, so you see all these young captains, and then Rohit is not performed for the last 3 years in IPL. So that's the reason his captaincy is taken away. So I can't sort of digest the fact that one man is leading India and he is not good enough to lead a franchisee. So that is something which is I'm not sleepless, but I can't sort of match it together.
I think they view it in a different manner, Dada, because, for instance, if Rohit went back to play Ranji Trophy and say Abhishek Nair was a captain of the team, Rohit would play under him.
Okay.
So, assuming he's going to play 2 or 3 Ranji Trophy games in the middle, it has happened before that there's another local domestic cricketer who's led the side when in international cricket, or many international cricketers have played. So it doesn't really matter. I think in the end of the day, in a T20 game, it's all about strategizing. There is no way I think Hardik will not pick Rohit's brains. So technically, while the captain is the one who goes to the toss and then goes for the presentation ceremony to collect the trophy, everyone together contributes to the win. Everyone together contributes to the ideation. They've got such big players. I think that's how it works. And they're mature enough and they've played long enough to know that they will have to pick each other's brains. So it doesn't really, I don't think it matters if it may look odd that the India captain is playing under somebody, but it's happened before.
This has happened before, of course it has. But I am really excited that cricket is going football way and people are being booed and whatever is happening on the field. But Shakya, so I've also heard murmurs in the cricket world. You know how deeply I'm
Yeah.
involved. When I that Rohit wanted certain kind of players, which the team managers and the management were at the auction didn't provide Rohit. When Rohit was hauled up for not making Mumbai win in last 3 seasons, there was a meeting. That's what I've been told about it. The murmurs are being heard. So and Rohit said you didn't give the team I wanted, and that's why we lost. And that didn't go down well with the owners and so on and so forth. Do you think such a thing could have happened and could have been the reason why Rohit is not captaining today in
Well,
Mumbai
if
Indians?
you look at the 2022 and 23 season, the Mumbai Indians side wasn't very strong. Uh,
Yeah.
in fact, the team this year is stronger compared to the team in the last 2 seasons.
Mm.
And like in 22, there was no Jofra Archer, and there was no adequate replacement for Jofra Archer in their setup. And then the Pandya brothers left, and they weren't really be able to replace the Pandya brothers adequately. In 23, they didn't have Jasprit Bumrah the whole season, and then a few other players were dropping out due to injuries and all that. So Mumbai Indians has had a rough time with injuries and with unavailability of players, and the fact that the kind of players they were able to get in previous auction cycles, they were not able to pick up players of the same quality in the last two auction cycles, maybe with the exception of Tilak Verma. So there has been there has been of course Rohit has not had the team that he would have wanted, but I think Rohit has come out of all these auctions all the time. I mean, from 2013 he won the title. In 2014 the team wasn't so strong, but then he went on to win then Mumbai went on to win the IPL under Rohit's captaincy in 2015 and 2017. Again in 2018, there was a rebuilding of the side where some important players went away. But then, they were able to constantly rebuild and win the title in 2019 and 2020. So Mumbai Indians is, again, there have been certain pillars in the Mumbai Indians side, Rohit being one of them, then Lasith Malinga, Kieran Pollard. Lasith Malinga again, or Pollard. These are not players who can be replaced so easily. And of course, there will be a transition process when these players go away. And same goes with some of the other players who've represented them, like Krunal Pandya or Surya Kumar Yadav was not available for some matches in the 22 season. So of course, there are concerns. But yes, I agree. The Mumbai Indians team that did not do particularly, that didn't do well in the 22 season, and they reached the semi-finals last year. But again, it's not up to the expectations of Mumbai Indians, who are a side that expects to win. It wasn't up to the mark, but the squad this year is much better. So, but again, I feel that transition is a feature of sport, and Rohit has had a very long run of 10 years as captain, a very successful captain. Probably in terms of the number of seasons he's had and the success ratio he's had, probably the best captain in the IPL. So he's had a long run, and fair enough. We don't know what the plans for next year are as yet. I think teams have a limited number of retentions, so we'll see what they do. But to be honest about making Hardik the captain, I think it's okay. I mean, Mumbai Indians are entitled to do it.
Well, they are, and in this kind of sport, this kind of league, winning is all that is important. Ashwin bhai, I just want to know from you, Hyderabad, Sunrisers Hyderabad, and again a team which is quite robust. If you see on paper, you're captained by the best man in the world, Pat Cummins, and you have Klaasen batting the way he was batting the other day. He deals in sixes. He's such a great player. I mean, overall, if you see that team, it has everything. I mean, somewhere luck plays a huge role in T20. But tell me something, how do you see Hyderabad over the years? Because, someone like Pat Cummins leading the side, who's a world Test Championship winner as a captain, 50-over World Cup winner, and he's not a T20 captain of Australia. Although franchisees are looking at, the owners are looking at sort of getting their fortune back by, but tell me, I mean, Hyderabad, the team, the way they played, I mean, that night, other night, I thought KKR somehow managed, escaped with the win. That's what I would say. Escaped with the win. Was almost there. They were almost there. But Hyderabad is looking much better than previous years, isn't it? It's looking in better shape this time.
100%. Hyderabad is a very good side. Now, what Pat Cummins, to my mind, will bring to the party is the winning attitude, because he's an Aussie to begin with, so he's competitive. Secondly, he has just won the World Cup. He's had, like I said, he's had so much success as a captain. So that momentum he will bring into this side, and it's a good infusion of youngsters and seniors. It's a very good side, Hyderabad, without doubt. And like you said, the first game, it was just unfortunate that they couldn't pull one over KKR. But the thing is, Hyderabad are definitely not dark horses. They are very much contenders, maybe even win the title under Pat Cummins, chiefly because of the attitude he will infuse into the side. Not to say they didn't have the attitude earlier, but this time they are driven. you can see from the way they played, their body language, they're a driven side. And it doesn't matter if they lost the first game, it's early starts. In fact, teams that lose initially are the ones that pick up momentum, and it's actually good to lose 1 or 2 games in the beginning instead of going and winning 5-6 games and then losing form. So it's okay.
I mean, who would know better than you? Because you are the one who was part of IMG that started IPL in India. I mean, you've been with the game for such a long time. I mean, still continue to serve the game. But Shakya, I want to know from you about. I mean, Hyderabad team is so strong. Even the Travis Head is not able to make it to the
Yeah.
playing 11, and that is something really surprising for me.
Um, Actually, I saw the game on Saturday, and I saw a distinct change in the. You could see the difference in fielding standards, and I think Hyderabad the last 2-3 years they were looking a little bit lethargic on the field, but they looked very energetic. They looked extremely energetic and very much on the ball. When I saw them on Saturday, and they couldn't go over the line, but. But you can see the difference Patrick Cummins' captaincy has made for them, and Patrick Cummins is proven player. He's won the World Cup with Australia as a captain, World Test Championship, Ashes in 21-22, his first assignment. So Patrick Cummins is is as good as there, and that when you have a player of that name and stature, that
Yeah.
respect flows through the dressing room. When he says something, people are going to respect it. And the other players also that who are there, I think Abhishek Sharma, he gave a really good start, as did Mayank Agarwal, and Tripathi didn't have a good outing. But I'm sure Hyderabad will get better as the tournament moves on. Perhaps again, their last 2-3 seasons have not gone well, and there have been issues sometimes which go beyond the field regarding selection of certain players. Last year there was a controversy over Umran Malik, and the captain came out and said that he doesn't know why Umran Malik is not playing. And of course, in 21, the David Warner episode happened. But I'm sure that now with Patrick Cummins in charge and Daniel Vittori as coach, there's a fresh start. Uh, Obviously, I think in IPL, one always prefers there to be an Indian captain. But Patrick Cummins, you have to make an exception because he is a World Cup winning captain. He's done it all. And there is going to be something that will come from him being there as captain there. And I'm sure Hyderabad's results will improve as the tournament moves on. And they will make changes. I mean, at some point, though, their choice of death bowlers will also change. Last time they conceded a lot of runs in the last 4. Maybe Patrick Cummins might himself bowl one of those overs of the death. Though, he's not known for being a great death bowler. Hasaranga is there, and then Travis Head could come back into the side. So their overseas players are very good. Now, you can only pick 4 of them. So that is the choice they'll have to make. But again, Shahbaz Ahmed made a really good debut for Hyderabad on Saturday. He almost pulled the match off. But Hyderabad is looking good, and their results will improve this year.
Hopefully. And Klaasen being a class player. Ashwin Bhai, I just want to know from you the way you saw Chennai Super King coming back to the elements. They started this tournament with a bang, and inside their fortress at Chepauk, it's very tough to go through this team and actually win. And looking very robust as usual and complete, and I love the culture, the way they're carrying it. Gujarat had no chance yesterday because they just got sort of burdened over. I mean, they got crushed under that huge score. Someone like a Samir Rizvi comes and hits 2 sixes. First ball is playing in the IPL. That shows culture of this team, isn't it?
Correct. So guys like Shivam Dubey, Samir Rizvi, there's a lot of thought that Dhoni that everyone knows Dhoni is a thinking captain. He is actually he plays chess, not cricket. So he knows what to move when, who to place where. He has picked Rizvi, and he has had a big hand in picking Rizvi. And Rizvi is picked out of nowhere. Nobody knew the existence of this guy, but look at how he's playing. And it's pretty much like what Imran did with Wasim Akram, and Waqar Yunis. So Dhoni is in the same mold. So Chennai, he knows how. It's more brains than brawn for Chennai. They know what to do when. They know who will
No, but
deliver when.
how would Imran Khan describe this? Sorry to put you. How did Imran Khan describe this?
I think Dhoni is the best captain. I'm just number 2. That's what he'll say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So,
And so what a player he was really. And Dhoni is our Imran Khan. Wow,
yeah.
that's quite a quote.
So
But
essentially,
yeah,
essentially the thing is man management, right? How do
yeah,
you use your resources? Every cricketer at that level has ability, otherwise they won't be there. But how do you use them? How do you play with the temperament? Some cricketers don't have the temperament in the crunch, so who do you put in there? So those things matter, and that's what Dhoni is a master at.
absolutely. And I mean, look at the way Rachin Ravindra, Shakya. I mean, the way he's
Yeah.
playing. Saurav Ganguly often used to say, if you want to make a cricketer, make him bat up the order. And so fluently he's playing. 15 deliveries, he's racing to 36, 37. Uh, and not scared of getting out, because once you start playing your shots, there is a possibility, a thing playing inside back of your mind that you might get out. But this guy is absolutely fearless. I mean, which is what cricket is all about. Cricket T20 demands you to be fearless, and Rachin Ravindra is actually displaying it to great extent, which is why I've become a huge fan of Rachin Ravindra.
He came with a big reputation to the IPL, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
And I think because he also bowls left arm spin, they have. I think yesterday they were able to drop Thikshana because of the option he gives of bowling spin as well. So Rachin Ravindra, I think again, I think the template that is going to be that I expect to be followed by a lot of teams in this tournament of just going aggressive in the power play, put milestones and the back burner, and
Yes.
46 of 19 is 46 of 9 of 9 20 which he scored. That is it. I mean, no 50s. If you reach a 50, so be it. If you don't reach a 50, it doesn't matter. You've given your team an aggressive start, and from there, I think again, once they reached 65 in the first 6 overs, I think that a lot of the match was won there itself. So, and Rachit Ravindra has done it 2 matches back to back. So, also interesting. I mean, next year there'll be retentions. So, who knows? Rachin Ravindra, with age on his side, could also throw his name into the hat for being retained by Chennai next year. We don't know, but there's the option because that's he wasn't bought for a very high sum of money. And again, I just love the way he opened. And as I'm saying, I expect this template to be followed throughout the tournament, where players are going to go hard in the power play. If they lose their wicket, so be it. But like the team
You
score,
play for your team. Play for your team.
you play for the team. Yeah.
Absolutely. Ashwin bhai, if I were to ask Kapil Dev that Shivam Dubey doing a fantastic job with the bat, the way he's hitting the ball out of the park at will. Uh, Hardik Pandya is there, of course, he's a number one choice. If something uh, goes wrong, he's a good backup. If Kapil Dev were to ask, I mean, if Kapil Dev would be asked this question, how would he reply? Shivam Dubey.
Dada, you're going to get me shot someday.
No, but it's a
वो
yeah, but he
बहुत
was an
अच्छा
all-rounder,
खेलते
right?
हैं, बहुत अच्छा खेलते हैं, उन स्पिनर को मर्डर कर देते हैं शिवम दुबे. So that's
So this is, you have a rare talent of coming out with the voices of these cricketers. I mean, not many people are aware of it, but
I wish I could
even
replace the voice with the game. Anyway,
no, I mean, you have to have these are special talents which should be displayed off and on. But definitely Shivam Dubey. But on a serious note, I mean, this is of course on a serious note. Shivam Dubey, the way Ashwin bhai, the way he plays those shots, those sixes, he's a tall man. He's got a long handle, and the way he swings, the bat swings, and really, man, Rachin Ravindra also, the bat speed has gone up by many folds. If you see the way these guys are hammering the ball, I really love it actually. Your thoughts on the way things are happening, and Shakya rightly pointed out, people are going to go after those power play overs where they go to go hammer and tong and make sure that you get those runs for your team. Doesn't matter. Don't play for your milestone, which Hardik often says. Your thoughts, the way Shivam, the way shaping up.
It's like AI taking over our lives, right? Everything is analyzed. Everything is someone like Rashid Khan, who you couldn't imagine getting off the block, off the square earlier, is being tonked all over the place. So the lot of
Yes.
analysis is going in. People are finding out how to counter it. And then there is someone like Shivam Dubey, who's already an excellent player of spin. And I don't think he considers, like Saurav Ganguly didn't think much of left arm spinners. Shivam Dubey doesn't think anything of spinners. So that's the whole thing. So that's how it works. So because of his added ability, it's impossible to bowl to him for a spinner.
Absolutely.
And then he's equally good with. I know Rashid got him out yesterday, but it's just a one-off.
But Shakya, in fact, GT, Gujarat Titans, uh, we saw in the first match the way they played against Mumbai Indians. Second match, they got thoroughly exposed. Uh, I mean, what was missing? I mean, what went exactly wrong with their planning? I know someone attacks you that way, the way Rachid Ravindra did initially.
Yeah.
But you should always have a backup when you're playing T20. It's not like that. It's only one plan. You have to survive. No, I mean, you have to, when wickets are not coming, you have to stop the flow of runs. Where do you think Gujarat went wrong? They offered too many boundary balls. Rashid Khan bowling first ball to Samir Rizvi on the leg stump. And that to that, I mean, a full
Yeah.
delivery. I mean, he had so much time to actually turn it around and uh, you know,
I
play it
think that
towards square leg six for a six and amazing. I mean, so why do you think they went wrong?
uh, in Gujarat's case, if I have to look at their first two seasons, batting was never really their strength. I mean, bowling was their strength. So they've kind of managed to reach the win the first year, and then come runners up, nearly win the second year's title as well. Uh, so bowling was always their strength over batting, but they've still been able to do quite well. But when you're chasing 205, there's always that added pressure. And then when Shubman Gill gets out early, and then Saha also didn't capitalize on the aggressive start that he gave, they were always under pressure. So perhaps they will need to, I think, look at a more aggressive approach in the middle order going forward. Uh, let's see if they bring in Abhinav Manohar or Shah Rukh Khan in the coming games, because Vijay Shankar is good, but I mean, you may need to look at those players who can make 40 of 20 balls and change the game. Abhinav Manohar, in the 2 seasons he's played, he's not really got so many chances, but I've seen Abhinav Manohar having that capability of making playing those 180, 200 strike rate kind of innings. So, and Shah Rukh Khan, we all know the capability Shah Rukh Khan has. So, I'm not taking anything against Vijay Shankar, but they may need to look at getting people in the middle order who are capable of playing those innings. Omar Zai is still starting out. David Miller is there. David Miller was out to a brilliant catch yesterday, of course, and of course we know the impact David Miller can have. But they will need to rethink, may need to make some choices in the middle order about getting some aggressive, more free stroking batsmen in the middle order. But 205 was a steep chase yesterday. I'm not saying that these targets have not been chased earlier, but 205 was a steep chase, and it was steeper after when Shubman Gill and Saha got out.
Actually, it gets really stiff when you have MS Dhoni behind the stumps. Ashwin Bhai, the way he took that catch to dismiss Vijay Shankar, I thought was so brilliant. I mean, going full stretch and taking both the hands, which was technically so sound. Generally, wicketkeeper, when they're going full stretch, only one hand goes. And here, Dhoni taking both the hands. And he was actually, his body was parallel to the field, which is amazing. I mean, oh, what a catch it was. He's getting younger, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. So taking both the hands to take a catch means you've seen the ball early. Otherwise, you're
Mm,
more reactive. If you've seen the ball
mm.
early, you're watching the ball, you're in the game, your reflexes are attuned, your fitness is good. So you've seen the ball early is when you can take a catch like what Dhoni took, and without doubt, he's a legend. There's no question at all. And he's his fitness. It's his fitness and Virat Kohli's fitness that has seen that got them the success they've had. Dhoni also has brains because he's as a captain, but otherwise, without fitness, they wouldn't have achieved what they've achieved.
Of course, very special people. I mean, set the trendsetter basically. But before you wrap up the show, Shakya, your X factor this time from Mumbai and from Gujarat, who's going to be really making all the difference.
For Mumbai, of course, Bumrah.
All
Uh,
right.
they've unfortunately lost their two left armers, Madhushanka and Berendorf. I would have definitely had Madhushanka as an X factor if he was available, but he's not there. But I'll go with Bumrah and Rohit Sharma. I like the look of this young player who played for them, Naman Dheer. So I hope Naman Dheer comes good as the tournament moves on. For Sunrisers, I can only name one player, Klaasen. Klaasen is
He's the best.
just a
He's the best.
terrific player,
Absolutely.
and I like to see one of their openers come good. Abhishek Sharma. Abhishek Sharma is someone whom I have a lot of time for, and I hope going forward, Abhishek Sharma is in that factory of players coming through who get a chance to play for India in the opening position in T20 going forward. I think he's done really well. I think he was player of the tournament in the Mushtaq Ali Trophy recently. So I would like to see how Abhishek Sharma does.
Well, we'll wait and watch. Ashwin bhai, your X factors today from both the teams tonight.
I think for Mumbai, Ishan Kishan will do well.
All
He played
right.
in the first innings. I think if he
Yeah.
comes good, it'll give them a big bonus. Also, I'd like to mention here that SRH have a left-right batting combination. Both teams have only one left-hander in the top six. SRH have the left-hander right on top. Mumbai have them right has the guy right at the bottom, Tilak Verma. I mean, of the top six. So I think that left-right combination does unsettle bowlers a bit. But to me, Ishan Kishan is the guy who's going to make a difference today for Mumbai. And for SRH, I also go with Abhishek Sharma. Abhishek Sharma is a remarkable cricketer. I think he's also going to make a mark today.
Well, we'll see what happens on the field. Can only predict the performers. But Ishan Kishan, of course, would be quite boosted the way Jaisha that they spoke to him and courtesy Hardik Pandya. We hope we have a great match and uh, classy match, in fact. Mumbai Indians and all hitters are there. So we can expect a lot of fireworks. On that note, Ashwin bhai, Shakya, thanks a lot for coming on cricket calling because
Thank you.
you can't avoid if you love cricket, you have to come to cricket calling. This is one center, one stop shop for cricket discussion. And see you soon and see you more in days to come. And take care, enjoy the IPL. Every moment is like a extravaganza for us. So see you around. Take care. Good day and keep enjoying cricket.
Thank you.